All right, welcome back. It is another year. 2023 season's finally kicking off. It is October 8th, and this is the first day that I've been out. I've had an extremely busy off season and preseason here. So weather finally decided to cooperate. We had a little bit of a cold front come through a couple nights ago. I think about Wednesday it was 85, 86, and the high today is like 55. So feels pretty good to finally be able to get out and get into a tree. I don't have a whole lot of expectation for tonight. Just want to get some fresh air and see what's working out here. So season's going to be a little bit tricky this year. My food plots were basically a total failure. Mostly my fault. I just got real busy chasing the boys around all spring and summer with baseball. Had a couple family vacations. And then towards the end of summer, my wife actually had some neck issues that's been bothering her all year. She had a spinal fusion in early September. So the last month has been kind of hit or miss with her recovery, taking care of some things around the house, helping out a little bit more than normal. But finally back up here and ready to see what we got. But not much on the food plots this year. I'm sure we'll see them at some point. I'm probably not going to go near them today. The other thing I noticed is when I got up here last week to check something else out, the bean field across the street had already been picked and it's already plowed. So that's a pretty big bummer. I think they did plant some winter wheat, so we'll see what happens there. Kind of monitor that and see if deer start using that as it pops up. But for now, the only food source we have is standing corn to the east. So I think tonight with a west wind, I'm going to slip down by the edge of the marsh, let my scent drift out over the water, and see if we can catch some east to west traffic, see if we can see anything going to the corn. So let's get going, see what we see. Well, it's just a little after 4 o'clock here. I just got set up. I hadn't been here less than 5 minutes, and that doe came in behind me. I had just gotten my camera put on the arm, just knocked an arrow, just kind of organizing my stuff here. Kind of forgot how my tree layout needs to be. She snuck in behind me, got a couple minutes of footage of her. I had a shot opportunity right down here. I just wasn't even close to being ready. As she worked up into the thicket here, I was hoping she'd come back down and maybe give me a second crack, but she ended up working off to the north. But that's a good sign. Deer are up moving early tonight. Let's see what happens. Well, that's the movement pattern I'm expecting to see here tonight. Those two little bucks came in, picked them up down to the west of me at the end of the grass here at the end of the marsh. They work their way east through the thicket, right up in front of me here, about 30, 35 yards, out into the open lane, right in front of the old reliable ladder stand there in the corner, out into the food plot, and probably headed over to the corn. So I'm glad to see what I was hoping to see start to come to fruition. Let's see if they get any bigger. Talk about a bad time for the wind to swirl. It's been pretty steady out of the west all night. I've been dropping milkweed throughout the evening here. Everything's been drifting back over my right shoulder over the water. I had those 3 does come down the lane, cut right through the grass. This down tree, the limb that they were under is exactly 20 yards. I wasn't gonna shoot the first doe. She had that button buck with her. The second big doe, the third deer, I don't think was with them. When I was watching up the hill, I didn't get it on camera. The bigger doe ran at that other one 2 or 3 times, kind of ran her away from the fawn. So I don't know if maybe it was just another doe in the area or last year's doe or what, but I was going to try maybe take a crack at her if they came by, but that lead one got down here below me about 10 yards, 12 yards, and just as she was coming through, I could feel the wind on the back of my neck, and it swirled. She, I think, smelled me and took off. I'm going to keep an eye on the wind the rest of the night. If that happens again, I may just get down and move. I don't want to be down here blowing my wind where I don't think I'm supposed to, especially not knowing if there's some bucks around. We'll see. Well, it is about 6:30. We got about 45 minutes till sunset, and I'm up in the truck. I just pulled a ripcord tonight. The doe and a couple fawns came in. That was going to be my last hope to see what the wind was going to do. Right after I had previously said that I was going to watch it, I'd been dropping milkweed the whole time. Everything was just nice and perfect out of the west, blowing right over my shoulder again. And I swear, as soon as those deer came in, I could just feel it on the back of my neck. Those fawns got down below me. They whiffed, took off, scared Mom. Mom went with her. At that point, I just decided to pull it and say enough's enough. I don't want to alert too many deer, and I already did enough damage tonight, I think. So decided to get down before a shooter buck decided to come through. I got some trail cam pics of a couple nice bucks in that area. So I don't know if they were going to be there tonight, but I didn't want to risk it at that point either. So went ahead and got down, and as I was packing up, I got my camera gear all shut down, and right as I was getting ready to start climbing down out of the saddle, the rain moved in. I got soaked in the process. So I guess the deer saved me a few minutes of getting wet, but I'm soaked. I got to dry everything out when I get home now. So definitely not the start of the season I was hoping for. Saw a bunch of deer. I was only there a couple hours, saw like 12, 15 deer. So a lot of activity. Just the wind didn't cooperate. I don't know. We'll regroup. I got to work most of the week here. I don't know if I'll be able to sneak out, so probably be next weekend until we get back out. But until then, thanks for watching.